Hey girlies, it's Tammy. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we're doing a drugstore version of my date night look that I did a few weeks ago. It's going to be slightly different, of course. I'm not going to do the smoky wing liner, but you can do that with the products that I'm going to show you. But I'm going to do something, basically I did this look yesterday and I really loved how it turned out. So I'm going to recreate it. It's perfect for date night. The only thing that I don't have this drugstore is a brown eyeliner, but I feel like I had one from NYX and I just can't find it. So for primer, I'm going to take this XX Revolution Cloud Complexion Primer, just because I still don't have any thoughts about this. I've used it a few times, but I don't, because it's not mattifying or pore blurring, I don't really have any solid thoughts about it. Every time I use it, it's just like, okay, you know, whereas like my mattifying primers, my pore blurring primers, I'm definitely more a fan of, but I think this one is more kind of a little bit smoothing, a little bit glowy. I possibly feel like it's a primer that is made for normal to dry skin. It's not really like oily skin. There's no benefits to it for oily skin, do you know what I mean? So that's why I'm kind of like about it. So for foundation, I got this recently. This is the Collection Lasting Perfection Matte Foundation in the shade 15 Honey, and it says it's a 6-in-1, primes, conceals, covers, smooths, protects and mattifies. So it sounds right up my street, and they had a sale on this the other day and it was like £3.50, and I was like, oh, I was gonna buy it, but the brand actually sent me some shades in PR, so I was like, oh, perfect. And then the concealer as well went on sale for like £2.50. I can't remember how much they are originally, but under £5 anyway. I've used it before, but I can't remember what I thought about it because I've only used it once. I think before they used to have like a terrible shade range, but they've gone and added more shades now. I'm not quite sure how many shades they do now. 20, I think. Yeah, that shade match doesn't look too bad actually. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dab that in. They claim it to be full coverage and matte, so I mean that is right up my street. So far the coverage looks amazing. Look at that. When I saw this foundation on sale for £3, I said, what? Are you joking me? Look at that coverage. And the shade is perfect. It's not too orange, it's not too pink. It is really nice. But if you've tried this foundation, let us know down below what you think of it. So far I'm not noticing a mattifying effect, but definitely has high full coverage. Sometimes foundations say matte and I'm like, girl, where? But yeah, love the coverage of that, but the finish is definitely a little bit more glowy than I typically go for, but I can powder it, it's no problem. So I think we're gonna move on to concealer next, because I'm not doing much on the eyes. I like to kind of just finish up my base before I do my eyes. So I'm gonna take the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer. They also extended the shade range of this, so I have number 13 Praline, but I also have a face shade which is in the shade Honey as well, so it's kind of matching the foundation. Do I need a little bit more coverage? I don't feel like I need extra coverage. I think I'm gonna take just a little bit like around my mouth. When I go on date nights, I love to do perfected skin, and like my partner really likes a soft glam. He loves, every time, you know when someone compliments you a lot, I could do the most creative, colourful cut crease ever. He'll be like, oh, that's nice. But as soon as I wear a soft brown smoky eye, oh my god, you look so good, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, okay. But it's fine because I don't do my colourful cut creases for him anyway, so it's fine. So now I'm going to take the lighter shade and just highlight underneath my eyes. This concealer feels so lightweight, and I'm going to blend that out with a brush. Yeah, this concealer is not as full coverage as others in my collection, like my e.l.f. concealer or my L'Oreal More Than concealer or even my Revolution concealer. It's more lightweight, but I feel like it still does the job. I mean, it's definitely concealed and brightened, but it's just not as heavy duty as like my other full coverage concealers. But I'm not noticing a mattifying effect, so I don't think this foundation's as matte as like Maybelline Superstay or NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. It still has a little bit more glow to it. Okay, so the concealer full price is £4.19 and the foundation full price is £6.49, so really cheap and affordable. So altogether this base has cost me like £10–11, but I definitely need to powder this because my face, my oily skin will not survive with this dewy look. So I'm going to go in with the Sleek Face Form Baking and Setting Powder in the shade Banana, and then take that powder and just dab it all over, even over my lid. I've realised there's not a lot of drugstore setting powders that I like. Like, let me know your favourites down below. Apart from the Revolution and this Sleek one, most of my setting powders are quite high end, like the Laura Mercier. I like the RCMA powder. I think that's like £9 or £11, so that's pretty affordable. I really hope you guys can't hear these birds in the background because my neighbour's birds, I don't know why, every day just What other setting powder is in the drugstore? I can't think of any right now, but yeah, let me know your favorite one. That has set my face beautifully, but I still need something to set the outer edge. I don't think this is drugstore, but it's really affordable. This is the RCMA no color powder. I think this is like £9 or £11 on Beauty Bay. The only thing about this powder is like, where do I pour it out onto? I have nothing. And I'm just going to dab that onto the outer edges of my face to kind of set that foundation down, because I definitely don't think that's a matte foundation in my opinion. So if you do have dry skin and you see matte foundation on the collection and you're thinking, no, I can't use that, I would say give it a go, because it's not matte. So for eyeshadow today, I'm going in with my Tropical Twilight palette. This is my collaboration palette with Revolution if you're new here. By the way, hi, if you are a new subscriber. I've been noticing we are on the road to 200,000, which is like, oh my god, so many of you guys joined me from my Nikki tutorials review, so thank you for joining, thank you for subscribing, welcome. This is my palette with Revolution. This is my third palette with Revolution, but my latest one anyway. My palette is Destroyed. Sorry that it looks so dirty, but you know, it's well loved. And the most neutral shade that is well loved is actually Sand. This shade on my skin tone, sorry to say, well, for everyone's skin tone it looks gorgeous. If you have a lighter skin tone, it will give you a nice grungy kind of olivey look to your eye, and then if you're darker skin tones, it will give you more of like a transition color. But on me, it just gives me this gorgeous, like almost skin tone smoke to my eye. It's so beautiful. So I'm going to just literally take Sand and buff it all into my crease and the outer V, build it up so you get a nice depth to it, but you'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and take a big fluffy brush, this one from my brand MAKEUPBYTAMMI.com. I'm going to dip into Sand and I'm going to start buffing that right into the crease. So the first layer, it kind of just looks like my skin tone, but a little bit more olivey. Look at that. Oh, I love this color so much. The tree is actually gone from it because they're imprinted with palm trees, if you don't know, and I have used this shade so much that the palm tree is disappearing. I've been having a little bit of dryness on my eyelids lately because I'm actually using retinol and everything all over my face at night time, so I am getting a little bit of dry patches, so just ignore that. We're gonna pretend like that's not happening. For the first time in my life, I'm experiencing what dry skin people experience, and it's not nice. And I think this color is perfect for fall as well, because it's almost like a mustardy olive skin tone. It's so beautiful, and I almost love that because it's so similar to my skin tone, it's almost hard to overdo it, or it's almost hard to not be able to blend it in. It just melts into my skin. And then I'm also going to take that shade and run it underneath my lower lash line. So that is just the one shade, Sand, buffed all over, and how beautiful does that look? It's just so effortless but still effective. Love it. Now, when I did this look before, I used a brown liquid liner because it's just a little bit softer than black. I'm sure I had a NYX brown liner at one stage. Maybe it dried out and I threw it away, but I only have the Benefit one left. But NYX definitely does a brown liquid liner, and it's really good as well if you're interested. But I'm just going to go in with my Benefit one. I'm so sorry guys, I literally was going through all of my drawers trying to find any drugstore brown liner, but I don't have one. Benefit one is drying up a little bit because I've had it for so long. Okay, I've had to switch liners and use this one by Mulac. It's called the On Liner because my Benefit one is actually drying up and it's nearly finished because I use it every day to do my fake beauty spots. And how good does that like chocolate color look? It looks really nice. It's not as harsh and as like statement as a black, but it still gives you the definition around your eyes that wing liners do. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, so now that the liner's done, I'm gonna go in with Waterline liner, and this is the Maybelline Tattoo Liner in the shade Bold Brown, and I'm gonna put this on my waterline and my tight line. Now for lashes, this is so exciting. You guys know my friend Kami. He's collaborated with Eyelaw on his own lashes. He's got 3 pairs actually. I wore the outer edge one the other day, but I'm gonna go in with the dramatic one today. So this one's called Self-Worth. He has 3 lashes, but yeah, I've known about this since last year when he first got, you know, offered, and I was just so excited for him. He deserves it so much. And yeah, he's got 3 lashes. They're available in Superdrug, so please go and support if you can. Okay, so lashes are on. How beautiful are they? They're like dramatic, but they're still not too much. They're very wearable in my opinion compared to what I normally wear, but still giving me volume and length. Really nice. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the face, or the cheeks, and I'm going to use my Paradise Glow palette with Revolution, of course. This is the best drugstore face palette, okay, period. So dipping into Bronze Goddess first, which is the bronzer in here. Very pigmented powder, so go very lightly. And I'm just going to blend it out with this Morphe M500 brush. It's a really kind of not dense brush, so you're not going to get tons of pigment, but it's a nice kind of fluffy diffusing brush. Because these powders are so pigmented, you don't want to use something that's just going to put it straight on. You want something that's going to blend and diffuse it out. And I'm also going to take a little bit of that down the sides of my nose to kind of bronze contour it. So blush is of course optional. I don't think I'm going to do it today. Yeah, I kind of like the monochromatic vibe that we have going, so I'm not going to add blush today, just going to focus on bronzer and highlight. So for highlight, I'm not going to take the one in my palette. I'm actually going to take this sleek palette. This is called Copper Plate, and it's got some gorgeous colors in here. If you have medium deep skin tone, this is for you. You've got gold, you've got like a pinky gold, you've got like a coppery red blush topper here, like really nice colors in here. So I think for today, I'm going to mix these two, a little bit of the pink and a little bit of the gold. And I'm just going to diffuse that gently onto my highlight areas. Now, I don't really like a strong highlight. I like something a little bit more subtle. But yeah, it's funny. I used to say I don't really like highlight, but I've fallen in love with it, doing it my way. Do you know what I mean? Rather than trying to copy everyone else with like tons and tons of highlight and getting that blinding strip. I just really like a soft, subtle, diffused highlight. Because when I do that, sometimes I catch myself like in the mirrors around my house and I'm like, oh, look at you glowing, girl. But anyways, moving on. Next, I'm gonna do setting spray before we finish with lips. So I'm gonna take the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. Oh, I nearly forgot. I'm also going to take some of that sleek highlighter, the gold one, onto my inner corner. Just gently, not too much, but just a little nice highlight right there. Okay, so we're going to finish off with lips. I've taken two of my favorite drugstore lip products. So the Revolution Lip Liner in Glory and the NYX Suede lipsticks. These are one of the best drugstore formulas. So pigmented. Reminds me of the Huda Beauty Power Matte, but it kind of dries down nice and matte, comfortable, long lasting. Really nice formula. I think they're like £8. So I'm going to go in with Revolution Glory and just line my lips. Not too much of that, but I just want a little bit of definition on the edges. And I'm taking the shade Fetish, which is this gorgeous peachy colour. I'm just going to put that in the centre and then mix it into the liner. With this look, I actually think the Juvia's Place lipstick in the shade Lady would go so well because it's kind of like that same olivey, sandy type of colour, and it would just complement the look so well. But I don't think I have a colour like this in the NYX formula. Maybe this one from Revolution. Yeah, this one kind of has like a yellowy undertone. I might mix a little bit of this in just for the undertone of it. Do you see the colour? It's like more yellowy toned nude. So I'm going to mix a little bit of that in. These are really nice lipsticks as well from Revolution. I think it's their Matte Kiss, Satin Kiss, something like that. The one with leopard print, and this is the shade Latte. And I know I'm adding quite a lot of lip products, but I'm going to top it with a gloss. And this is the Sleek Lip Volve Gloss in Loud and Clear. You can totally leave it matte if you want to, but I do like a glossy lip. Okay guys, so that is more or less it for the look. I'm going to throw some earrings in and I'll come back. Okay guys, so here we have the finished look. What do you think? I love looks like this. I just feel so pretty, but also so like soft glam. I'm still getting my full face beat, but I'm also still like not too much. Not everyday rainbow glitter cut crease, okay? Sometimes soft and glam, you know? And can you believe this whole face was done with drugstore products? Like, it looks so good. And yeah, that is it for this look, guys. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel because we're on the road to 200k, which is so exciting. I will be doing a 200k giveaway because I have tons of products to give away. The drawer is just overflowing with giveaway products. So make sure you stay tuned for that, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Take care. Bye.